and welcome back to Opal&Mint. I am Ashley if you are new here, and today is super exciting because I have a Jerry's watercolor super sale haul. I went a little bit crazy, not like too crazy, but a little bit crazy. I also want to note my son is here with me today, so if you hear a few noises, I'm very sorry. All right, so I have actually already filmed the opening and unboxing, but the footage had background noises that were bothering me, so I'm just going to start this over again. And I have already squeezed these into pans, so that's why they look a little bit used, because they are. But anyways, I got an email saying that Jerry's was having a watercolor super sale, and so I was all over that, so excited. I don't know how often they do that, and as I was browsing the website, I found some brushes that were on, again, super sale. They're like 84% off or something. And so I caved and bought them. We actually drove to Jerry's Artarama in Dallas, and they told us the watercolor super sale was only online. So we went in the parking lot and made an order in the parking lot of Jerry's because I wanted to get some of these things. So first I'm gonna show you the paints that I picked up, and then I'm gonna show you the $700 brushes that I got on sale. I'll tell you for how much in a minute. But first let's start with, I got one Holbein paint, and I already own one. This will be my second one, but this is Shell, hold on, focus. This is Shell Pink, and it just looked beautiful. My mother-in-law bought this color as well, and I was like, well, I need it too. So I ended up getting that. The rest of these are Daniel Smith paints. So I got 3 tubes that are the 15 mil, and then I got 2 that are the 5. So the 2 small ones I got, which I kind of regret, I've painted with these some now, so I can give you an opinion. The Jadeite Genuine is still cute and tiny. I really wish that I'd gotten a bigger size because this color is gorgeous. I will swatch these in a minute. I already have swatched them, but. And the other small one is, I don't know how you say this, but I think it's Sodalite Genuine. Get some shade here. But those are the 2 smaller tubes. They are both Primatech paints from Daniel Smith. Now I have one more Primatech, and that is Blue Apatite Genuine. And then I got a Rare Green Earth. If you have not used this one, I am so excited to show you this. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And then I got one, most of these are a little bit more muted, but rich, if that makes sense. But this one is a bright color. This is, the tube doesn't show that, but trust me, it's bright. This is Phthalo Blue Turquoise. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so let's move on to the star of this show here. I saw these brushes were originally $6.99. So $700 set of brushes on sale for $112. So in the store, I picked one of the brushes up to see, felt like I was going to like it before I purchased these, and that one brush that I was holding was $130. And so I was like, I can get a set of 5 for $112. So I caved and I bought them. Now, I would not buy these for $700, but I couldn't help it for $112. And I've actually come to discover where, let me see if it still is. The first time I started filming this, they were actually still on sale for $112 on Jerry's. And then I found them on Amazon for $120. So I don't know, hold on, let me see. Yeah, it still says super sale on these brushes. Super sale of $112. The list price is $6.99. Oh, and it says the Jerry's price is $249. Okay. Okay, so they're normally $250 on Jerry's, but the list price is $700. That's confusing. But anyways, I found them on Amazon for $120. So I don't know what the actual value of these brushes is. But either way, I'm excited to play with these. So these are the Rhapsody Kolinsky Sable brushes. So these are natural hair brushes, and I have never used natural hair brushes when painting. I've always used synthetic. And honestly, some of my favorite brushes are the Master's Touch Hobby Lobby brand. The round brushes from them come to such a fine point. these have been my go-to brushes. And then the Princeton Aqua Elite, I love that brush as well. But anyways, I have used these and I'm going to show you me painting with these, but let me show you the brushes first. I'm excited. So I've used 4 of the 5 so far, but here are, let me straighten them up. Here are the Kolinsky Sable Artist Brushes from Rhapsody. They come beautifully presented in this box, which honestly, after I use it, I rinse it off in the sink and then I put them back in the box. I let them dry before I put them in the box, but they don't go in my cup with the rest of my brushes. Before I give you my opinion on these, I do want you to see them in action, but I will say they definitely feel different than any of the brushes that I've used so far. Let's go ahead and get to swatching these paints because you've got to see these, they're gorgeous. All right, so the first color is the Soda Light Genuine. Again, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but this is more of like a blue-gray. Now that I'm seeing it dried, it's a little bit more blue than a Payne's gray. All right, the next one is Phthalo Blue Turquoise. This is a beautiful, like, Bahama Waters blue. It's so pretty, so vibrant. All right, this next one granulates so pretty. This is Blue Appetite Genuine, and this is a Primatech color, and it is stunning. I love this color. All right, probably my favorite of the bunch is next, and this is Jadeite Genuine. I don't know, there's just something about this shade of green and the granulation of it. It's just gorgeous. Now we're gonna move on to Rare Green Earth, and it's honestly similar to Jadeite Genuine, but it's more muted. It's not quite as vibrant of a green. It's earthy, obviously. It's Rare Green Earth. All right, and the last color that I bought is Holbein's Shell Pink. And this is such a beautiful, slightly peachy pink. Very soft, but beautiful. Okay, so let's start painting with these brushes and these paints. This first painting that I did of these roses, I used all the paints. I only used the colors that I bought in this haul, and I am using a Rhapsody Round Kolinsky Sable. All right, so the next painting, I wanted to just paint a whole bunch of stuff to get a feel for these brushes. The next one I used just a bunch of colors from other things. I didn't only use the paints I bought. So this is just random paints that I have. All right, and then this sunflower that I'm painting, I used the largest brush in the set because I wanted to test that out, and it was this particular painting was such a joy to paint. It was such a relaxing experience. I painted this on a Sunday morning before my boys were awake. It was quiet in the house. I just got to relax and paint, and this was so much fun. All right, so there were the paints and the brushes in action. Let's talk about these brushes now because that's what we want to know. Obviously the paints are beautiful and performed well. I love Daniel Smith paints. I love Daniel Smith paints. I have not had a bad experience with any of them. Okay, but these brushes. Okay, I'm gonna try to put in words the best I can to explain how I feel these are different than synthetic brushes. If you've used both natural hair and synthetic, please let me know if you can describe that in the comments below. But anyways, these are very soft. They seem to hold quite a bit of water. They come to a very nice point. But one thing I've noticed I'm having to get used to, and it's taking definitely a different feel, but these, because they're softer, when you want to get those very fine lines, you have to put a lot less pressure because the brush bends so easily. This is not a bad thing, it's a different thing. I can just feel the difference as I'm pressing the brush on the page. I've had to get used to the amount of pressure that I put on the brush to do the different strokes that I'm used to doing. So like I said, it does come to a very fine point, but sometimes it is hard to get a very fine line, whereas in my Master's Touch ones are a little bit stiffer, so it's a little bit easier to get those fine lines. That is not bad, it's just something that you have to get used to and adjust to. Another thing that I think is interesting, so when they're dry, these fluff out a little bit more. You can see how this one holds its shape, and these are like fluffed out a little bit, but as soon as you wet this brush, it comes to a very, very nice point. So that's just an aspect of natural hair, I believe. So I do find that they hold quite a bit of water. I will say though, I'm not really sure why this is. I haven't quite figured out like the reason behind this, but I don't seem to dab my brush on my paper towel near as much as I do when I'm using my other brushes. I don't know if that means it holds more or less. I would think that would mean it would hold less because I'm not having to dip the excess off, or maybe it's just not releasing it as fast. I don't know, but I feel like I can go into my water, into my paint, and straight to my paper without it just dropping a glob of water. Like I feel water control feels very, very different with the natural hair brushes. I hope that made sense. The big question is, do I think these are worth, well, one, do I think they're worth $700? And I'm gonna say, no, I wouldn't spend that on that. But are they worth $112 or the $250 that they are normally listed out in Jerry's? I think this sale definitely influenced this purchase. If they weren't on sale, I probably would not have bought them, but I'm glad I have them. I'm definitely gonna be using them. I'm not gonna be only using them though. I still do love my synthetic brushes, and in some instances will prefer them because I can get such fine lines with them. So those are all my initial thoughts on the Rhapsody brushes. If you have these or any Kolinsky Sable brushes, please let me know. I know the Winsor & Newton 7 series are Kolinsky Sable natural hair brushes, and I've been very curious about those. But this seemed like a great opportunity for me to try the natural hair brushes, and yeah. Let me know thoughts below. Let me know everything. Okay, that is gonna wrap it up for this super sale. If you picked anything up in the watercolor super sale, please let me know in the comments below. Curious to see what everybody else got. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already and wanna see our future videos, hit that subscribe button down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. That's Lincoln. Yeah, tell me about it. In the watercolor,